Hello and welcome to your yoga practice. My name's Megan and today I'll be showing you just a really gentle flow that's perfect for people who are standing and working on their feet a lot. So often when we're standing and walking around and we spend 7-8 hours on our feet, a lot of the fluid sort of drains down into the feet and the legs become quite heavy and tired when you get home. You can also sort of have the symptoms of sore lower back and it feels really tight. So if you're been working on your feet, whether you're a waitress, waiter, receptionist on your feet, massage or beauty therapist, this is the perfect practice for you. So get yourself ready and we'll get started. Now I have a bolster here with me because I'm practicing outside today, which is beautiful. It's a really nice day here in country Victoria. Otherwise, if you don't have a bolster, pop yourself just close to a wall because we will use it just to lean against for our final pose today. Otherwise, let's start laying down on our backs and bring the knees right into the chest. A gentle rock side to side. Just easing up the hips and the lower back. Keep the right leg in and extend the left away. You can plant the foot or release the leg the whole way down. And then we'll take the leg up towards the sky and circle the ankles a few times. Just encouraging that drainage from the feet, releasing the stagnant tissue to come all the way down, where it can come back to the heart. A few circles one way and then the other, just enjoying that sensation through the joint. You can point and flex your toes a couple times and then hug the knee back into the chest, or bring the knee over to the side, coming into a supine twist. Open up the arms and take a few deep rounds of breath here, letting the knee come down over to the side. You can take your gaze out over the right, incorporating the neck as well. And then we'll bring the leg back up through center, hug it into the chest one more time, and release down. We'll hug the left leg in, give it a nice good squeeze, and again taking your option, either planting the foot on the right side, or you can extend the leg the whole way down, flexing through the toes, and then extending the left leg up towards the ceiling, and taking a few rolls through the ankles. Point and flex the toe a couple times, and again enjoying that sensation through the joint as we release those trapped muscles, draining the fluid, using gravity to help rest the heart as well. And then hugging the knee into the chest and taking it over to the opposite side, coming into our supine twist. You can take the arms to cactus or making a T shape. A couple more rounds of breath, really nice deep rounds. And then we'll come back through center, bringing both knees into the chest, give them a nice hug, a rock side to side, and then take your hands underneath the knees and we'll gently rock back and forth all the way down the length of the spine. See if you can roll just on one side of the spine and then the other, and then we'll come all the way up to a seated position. We'll turn over, taking our tabletop position, and we'll flow through a couple rounds of cat-cow to warm up the spine. As you inhale, looking forward, dropping the belly down, and exhale, push the mat away, let the head hang down. Inhale, look forward, exhale, release. Inhale up, exhale, release. And one more round. We'll be back in tabletop position. Bring the right leg forward, up in between the hands. We'll take Ashvasanchalanasana, our low lunge, coming up onto the fingertips. Or if you're a bit tight through the left side, you can bring the hands up to the knee to help to steady yourself. Just breathing some space into the hip flexor. These can get really tight when we're standing and walking. So it's nice to release them. And through releasing them, we can help release the lower back as well. One more inhalation. And exhale, release, plant the hands. Send the right leg back. We'll take it over to the left. Bring it up in between the hands. Here comes Rosa. Hello, puppy. Coming up onto the fingertips. Breathing some space into the right hip flexor. One more inhalation. And exhale, plant the hands. Send the leg back. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. We'll come into downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels. And then really reach the heels right down to the mat. Stretching out the calves. Keeping that slight bend through the knees. And a firm plant of the hands down into the earth. Inhale, lift the right leg. And then draw the knee right up behind the right wrist as the foot comes in behind the left wrist. We'll take our pigeon pose. Ekapada Rajaka Kotasana. Inhale, staying nice and tall. You can use a bolster or a block if you need to prop the hips up, keep them even. And we stretch out the glutes. Also a muscle that becomes really tight when we're standing a lot. Working on our feet. And if you like, you can bring the hands down. Maybe rest the head on stacked fists. Or resting all the way down, if that's accessible for you. We'll hold here for a few rounds of breath, really letting the muscles release. Breathing deeply, connecting in with yourself. And press through the hands, planting them again. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, push back all the way. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels, get some blood flowing back into that right leg. And then we'll swap it over, lifting the left. Bring the knee right up behind the left wrist, so the foot comes in behind the right. And shuffling the foot back behind you, making sure that leg's straight. As you inhale, sitting up nice and tall. And then if you prefer, you can walk the hands down. Maybe resting the head on a block or your stacked fists or stacked hands. And just easing in here. Taking the breath and awareness into that left hip. We really feel that stretch, releasing and letting go, softening. A few more rounds of breath here. And then we'll inhale, push the hands, planting them down into the mat. Tuck the back toe, lift the hips, downward facing dog, pedal out the heels, getting that blood flowing through the legs again. And then we'll come back down onto the knees, keeping the toes tucked as you walk the hands in all the way up, stretching out the soles of the feet. If that feels a little strong, you can come all the way down or hang in there. Really nice stretch for the feet. Inhale, take the arms up, reaching over to the side, over to the right. Inhale through center, and then over to the left. Waking up the side bodies. Inhale up. Exhale right side. Inhale up, over to the left. And we'll come forward. Give the tops of the feet a little tap out, releasing the feet. And let's take a seated position. Bringing your bolster, or if you're using the wall, coming in nice and close to the wall. And we'll take Viparita Karani. If you're using the bolster, placing the hips right up onto the bolster, let the back come down. And then take the feet up towards the ceiling. Or if you're using the wall today, bring the right hip right in nice and close, and then spiral the body up, taking the legs up the wall, and the arms down by your side for a really nice supported version of Viparita Karani. Try and stay here for around 5 minutes, or even longer if you can. Just noticing any sensations through the feet and the legs. You can use this as your Shavasana final resting pose. So take a few deep rounds of breath and allow yourself to soften, calming the mind and the body. Feeling nice and heavy. And then whenever you're ready, hug the knees into the chest and rolling out either side. Come back to a seated position. Thank you for practicing with me today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're feeling better after that long day of standing on your feet. If you enjoyed, leave me a comment, let me know how you went, and subscribe to my channel for more. See you soon.